Well, good morning, folks. This is Chris Framsted with Paratech Incorporated. Just doing another one of our videos we've been doing throughout the Corona pandemic, doing the virtual workshops that we're doing right now. We've done several previously. I hope you guys have either tuned into it, or you can go to YouTube and you can pull all those old videos back up again. But today's virtual workshop is going to be on the Paratech Supporter X2. Looking at some other events that we do have coming up again on the 29th of September, we've got the elevator shaft rescue webinar that we'll be doing. On October 13th, we'll be doing collapse rescue with focus on exterior considerations. On October 27th, there'll be collapse rescue with interior considerations. And on November 10th, we'll be doing collapse rescue, advanced rakers, and shores. So I hope you guys pick those, all of them, tune in for them. They're wonderful training tools during this time where us coming to you is a very limited benefit, I guess, so that we can come and train you at your facility. So until that day comes, we've got these wonderful training opportunities for you guys to take advantage of in the firehouses. And we'll go next slide here. So again, my name is Chris Framsted. I'm the Southeast Regional Sales Manager for Paratech. Essentially, I cover from Texas to Florida. So I have a very large area. I've been with Paratech now for almost 3 years, and obviously love presenting and working with the equipment that Paratech puts out. So let's talk about some housekeeping stuff as we get started here. So this PowerPoint presentation is for informational purposes only. This is not a substitute for any type of hands-on training taught by a qualified instructor. Regular hands-on training is necessary to become proficient in the safe operation of Paratech Supporter X2 as well as all other equipment. Any improper use of this Paratech Supporter X2 may cause serious injury or death. So we always want to, as we say, think safe, act safe, and be safe. So folks, this here is the Supporter X2, as we call it at Paratech, the all-in-one vehicle stabilizer. And we're going to get into the details and the specifics of this, but it is exactly what it says. It's an all-in-one vehicle stabilizer, easily placed with one rescuer. So it's designed as the perfect balance between ease use, quick deployment, and maximum capability. So as I said previously, the Supporter was built with the intention of making it so that one rescuer could put it up. When I teach and do in-services or do demos with the Supporter, we can literally have it thrown up against the vehicle stabilized in about 30 seconds. It's a very, very quick throw down piece of equipment. It's a wonderful tool that we have available to us in the toolbox of that big truck that we drive around. The Supporter X2 threaded strut extends 65.5 inches with a simple twist of the collar. So it's got a locking collar on it, and then releases obviously by just simply twisting the collar. When you put the extension on it that comes with it, which is a 30-inch extension, you get about 94.5 inches of reach with the Supporter with 10,000 pound weight load rating at a 2-to-1 safety factor. So essentially the Supporter X2 is an ideal piece of equipment to have on your truck for passenger sized vehicles, anything you're going to see on a highway or on the streets and so forth. So it's a very good, again, all-in-one for anything where you're not going to exceed 10,000 pounds, which again is your safety factor, 2-to-1. So the spike base is the base that comes with the Supporter X2. Has replaceable stainless steel spikes that will dig into sheet metal. And talking about that for just a second, I was doing a training just last week and in service up in Tennessee, and we used, demonstrating the Supporter. Those spikes will dig into the side of a box truck like you've never seen before and not let go. So that is an awesome part of this piece of equipment. As it says, it's replaceable. So how do we replace those? Well, if those spikes come off, those are golf shoe cleats that can be easily replaced if one should happen to break. So that's where they become replaceable stainless steel spikes. I will also tell you, from a safety standpoint, make certain that you know which side of the supporter that you're grabbing when you're pulling it off your truck. If you grab that with a non-gloved hand, you're going to know it, because those spikes are they're made for business. Okay. It also has a V shape for cradling the load, and the cone feature to dig into purchase points on a vehicle, much like the multi-base heads that Paratech has. So it's made, you can use either the spike base side, or you can use the cone feature side on the other side there. It does have a central hole in it that can be used for a web or a shackle. The sticker on the base comes with it, sorry, shows the optimal stabilization angles, much like you'll see with the multi-chain base that Paratech also puts out. We have the angle meter, so to speak, on there. So essentially, whichever line is vertically up and down is the angle in which you are sitting at. So if we're doing stabilization, which is what the Supporter X2 is made for, is you're looking for an optimal angle between 45 and 60 degrees. So why do we put 80 degrees on that head? Well, again, just like everything else Paratech puts out, most of our stuff, almost all of our stuff, is interchangeable with each other. So this head, for example, can go on an Acme thread strut, which is attached to a hydrofusion. So you have the capability of using that head for multiple applications. It has the integrated ratchet belt. Again, another very cool option, or not an option, very cool addition to the Supporter. It's permanently affixed to the Supporter X2. It is self-ratcheting, so it wraps itself back up again, which makes putting it up and taking it down a very easy operation. Some examples that we have here of these are different in-services that I've done with the Supporter X2. You can see up in the top left of your screen there. We're using 2 points of contact with the belt. So you've got the first hook that goes to a purchase point in the dirty side of that vehicle, and then the strap comes back up and actually hooks into the head, which is you'll be able to see there's a place, we're going to go to a video here shortly that will show you where you can put that in. The picture down below, which is the one in the middle, that you can see that we're going directly from the base directly to the vehicle, not doing the 2 points there, but that works just as fine as well. And again, you can see that we're using the hooks to go ahead and get our purchase point on the vehicle. And then finally, the picture on the far right, much larger vehicle that we're stabilizing, still not exceeding our load. But again, we're doing that 2 points of contact there, where we're ratcheting off to the vehicle and then going back up to the base. As you see that red sleeve on that strap, what that there is for is a heat shield. So if you've got anything on the underside of your vehicle or whatever you're stabilizing that's hot, that sleeve will protect the strap from heat coming off of whatever you're stabilizing. So if we look at vehicle stabilization using 2 supporters, which is pretty much the best way that you're going to be doing this. Again, everything is dependent upon the scene and the terrain. There's a lot of different factors that go into stabilizing the vehicle, as you guys know. But note the minimum optimal angle is 45 degrees. We don't want to go anything less than 45 degrees. All right, so you're getting talking between 45 and 60 degree angle between the stabilizers, the ground, and the vehicle. The picture shown, you can see that we're at 45 degrees. The supporter bases and ratchet belt hooks are attached to the vehicle, the frame and the rigid body area of the vehicle, and then the ratchet belt is tightened up and then placed in the locked position when the vehicle is stabilized. One thing to point out here is these is the bases on the Supporter X2 have the ability to put 2 pickets in if for some reason you cannot find a place on whatever you're stabilizing to place or to get the ratchet straps to affix to whatever you're stabilizing. You can ratchet, or you can, I'm sorry, picket the base into place, doing 2 stakes per base. That works very, very well. So now we're going to go to a video that shows the actual setup of the Supporter X2.
So today we're going to go ahead and place the Supporter X2, show proper placement. We'll go through a few of the things we've discussed throughout this presentation real quick. Again, we've talked about the self-ratcheting handle. So as you're setting this up, again, if you just loosen the self-ratcheting handle, the hook comes right off your spike base. You take your spike head, we're going to move that over to our extension. Take your extension, place your extension on top of the supporter. You've got your ratchet strap here that will go off to the vehicle. You've got your spike base head at the top. And again, your total reach is approximately 94.5 inches when fully extended. As the firefighters approach the vehicle, they're going to place the supporters at the optimal angles of between 45 and 60 degrees. Utilizing the spike base head, they'll go ahead and place it in the purchase point of the vehicle, someplace on the frame. Using the extension, again, gives you approximately 94.5 inches with full extension if needed. On the clean side of the vehicle, a firefighter is just going to find a good purchase point and set this on the frame of the vehicle. On the dirty side of the vehicle, the firefighter is going to utilize the 2-point method, where the first hook is going to go to the frame of the vehicle. The main hook is going to go to the top of the spike base head. And the heat shield will protect the strap from any heat source coming off the vehicle. Ratcheting together, each firefighter will ratchet their respective side, locking in the ratchet handles, creating a stable vehicle. When completed, the Supporter X2 provides for an excellent all-in-one stabilization. So as you see throughout this presentation, some key features of the Supporter X2. First off, we've got the self-ratcheting ratchet that's mounted and fixed to the Supporter X2, make it easy for ratcheting. You've got your base plate, which in this case we didn't utilize, but you do have 2 holes on your base plate so you can picket the base plate into the ground using the 1-inch pickets. You've got the extension, which again at full potential gives you about 94.5 inches of total reach. You've got the spike base head with the replaceable spikes that are on it. And again, on the dirty side of the vehicle, you've got the heat shield that protects the webbing from anything hot on the underside of the vehicle. Lastly, again, your weight rating is a 10,000-pound 2-to-1 safety factor. So again, this is an ideal all-in-one stabilization tool for pretty much any type of passenger vehicle that you're going to find.
So I hope you enjoy that. First off, the purpose obviously of the video was to show the ease of operation and setup of the Supporter X2, as well as when we obviously shook the vehicle. You can see that that vehicle is extremely stable. Again, putting up one of the Supporter X2s is a 1-person operation, which makes it, again, the all-in-one vehicle stabilization tool. Fits very well on apparatus. So with that, I will conclude. Obviously, thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch this webinar, and hope you got something out of it. A follow-up email will be sent to you by your regional sales manager. You can also contact your regional sales manager. You can go to the Paratech website, contact your regional sales manager directly should you like a demo of this brought to your department. And again, thank you for attending. Please be safe and have a nice day.